will I support PDP in Edo? I won't do at the party, though two of the contestants are people I know very well. As a matter of fact, Olumide Akpata and we've lived in the same building for the past few years. But I told him he's come to see me twice at the penthouse, and I've told him that, you know, I'm a PDP man, but I gave him my best wishes. He's my friend, he's my brother, they are our brothers. Everybody knows I'm extremely close to Pastor Ito Igudalo, you know, and so I'm close to his family. So if his brother is contesting and we're in the same party, it makes it very difficult for me not to support him. And he's a very good candidate, he's a very bright man who has done very well, not just for himself, not just for the state, but for the nation. So Asue would definitely do well as a governor. He's a man who is very easygoing. He has a lot of contacts, local and international. So I wish him well. I wish him well. The APC man, I don't really know much about him, but I know that APC is also struggling to take over our state. So PDP must close ranks and then, you know, reach out to as many people as possible in Edo State. They shouldn't take anything for granted. They should not take anything for granted. So I pray we don't take things for granted in that state, because the three candidates, I believe, are very strong candidates. Very, very strong candidates. So all we need is just a little icing on the cake, and Asue Ighodalo will be the next governor. Yeah, and I can see the people working around him, that they are working tirelessly. There are people I work with on the Atiku campaign. Some of them are there, and they are working very hard day and night to make sure. So once in a while I speak to them, and they are very confident that they will make it. People say unprintable things to themselves in politics. That's why we must be very careful, because like the Yoruba will say, you know, so yeah, in politics, people abuse themselves. Donald Trump abused Obama abused Donald Trump. It happens. And later, that's why I always say leaders don't fight. It's their followers who kill themselves. So Atiku going to see PMB, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm glad you're a Yoruba man, you know, maybe you can translate this. You know, so once in a while there will be crises within a political party. People will disagree, people will go their different directions, but don't rock the boat. That's what I was telling Wike. When Atiku was angry, when Saraki was angry, when Amechi was angry, when they were angry, they left quietly and went and formed APC. So if Wike is angry, let him leave the party. You cannot hold the party down in Rivers and be working for APC, and you want to control both. Where on earth did they do that? I mean, you know, so even a kindergarten politician should understand that you cannot eat your cake and have it. You know, he's a very experienced man. He's a man who has done so much and promised heaven and earth that he will never leave PDP. I remember the day the then governor of Ebonyi State left PDP. He paid the television houses to abuse him. He granted interview after interview, lambasting him. Same thing when the then governor of Cross River left. He compared APC to cancer at the time. So if you are angry, yes, just be angry for a while. You can't be angry forever. And then even if somebody is your slave, one day that slave will get freedom. That's what has happened now to Fubara in Rivers. Because the Yoruba have the saying again. I like, you know, to say these things in proverbs, because they are deep philosophically. That the day you point at a man, you say you are a slave, Even if the man is a slave, that is the day the man will kick back at you. Even your horse that you ride every day, jumping, kutupa, 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 you know, one day the same horse can kick you. So be careful how you ride the horse. Don't take it for granted that when you ride the horse, that you can ride the horse anyhow. That's what happened to Fubara. Like I said, I don't know Fubara. I've never sat down one-on-one with him since he became governor. Never. I used to see him around the weekend in those days carrying files, and he did his work diligently. And you must give it to him that today he is the strong man in Rivers. Whether you like it, whether you were his boss and he was your slave, he is no longer a slave. I remember a particular case, the functions of a company secretary that my lawyer friends used to quote in those days about Lord Denny. When we were in Ife, they used to quote Lord Denny, where he said in 1884 or something that a secretary was a mere servant, but that in 1972, a secretary is no longer a mere servant. His duty is no longer about doing what he is told to do. He can use his own initiatives now. The times change. Your slave of yesterday is no longer your slave today. This is what I was telling him, that he got angry. And this is what I expected PDP leadership to tell him. Say, Oga, come, we love you. You have done so much for our party. You are still doing so much. But it's not about him. It's not about funding, that because somebody is funding a party, therefore you cannot talk to him. It's not God. You know, the things I see today, when we were fighting the military, if we knew this was the kind of democracy we were fighting for, we would sit down in our house. Some people lost everything, including their lives. Abiola lost his Kudirat, Abiola lost his life, Baba Frederick lost his life. So many people died because of this democracy that we're toying with. You know? So, I don't know. When an elder can no longer speak the truth, then the youth should please go to bed. Oh. Remember to switch off the light so you can sleep well. You know. Hey, you can't say PDP has shown how cowardly. You say some people in PDP have shown how cowardly they are, how hypocritical human beings can be. That's all. It's not everybody in PDP. PDP is not owned by a few people. The fact that some people have grabbed power today does not mean they will be there forever. And people ask me, how do you do it? How do you speak these things? You know, are you not worried that these leaders will not be happy? I'm not there to make anybody happy. I came so that Nigeria will be happy. It's not about making a few people happy, you know. I'm not looking for anything desperately in my life. Anything I get will come from God. I'm a child of God. I'm a child of destiny. You know, and having recognized that, you don't put your life in anybody's hands, especially politicians. If a politician has shown that he lacks principle, trust me, I cannot respect that person. You know? So everybody is quiet now. I don't know what they are quiet for, but loyalty to a nation, for me, is paramount. And if we all say we've given up on Nigeria, good luck to all of us. The gentleman, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, was in power. We all criticized him. We handed him out of power. I publicly apologized. But we thought at that time, PDP, nothing could be worse than PDP. We didn't know that Kese Kese Laria, Tiri Kansa, Baba Kese Kese. I'm sorry, it's not translatable. That's Kong Yoruba. You know? So, that's where we are. Is there any hope for Nigeria? I believe so. I always say it. One of my favorite quotations is that the last thing a man will do before he dies is hope. Once you say there is no hope, it means we are all dead. So since we are still alive, there must be hope. May God help us. God is always helping us. God has a way of intervening in the affairs of Nigeria. But it's unfortunate. The way politicians are wasting money when people are dying, and nobody seems to care. It's all about enjoyment. It's all about Awala Wamben, and we did there.